Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard. Each week we travel the state looking for stories that inspire. Let's begin with a waterfowl refuge in Stillwater County, which now has a new name. The 2,700 acres of land acquired by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is dedicated to longtime Fish and Wildlife and Parks employee Jim Hansen. Hansen worked with FWP for 31 years, always having a passion for waterfowl.
We're on some Fish, Wildlife, and Parks land out past Molt. You can hear the pelicans on the islands there. Jim Hansen used to like to come out here, count the birds, assess the population, and even do some hunting. And now east of here, out past those lakes, there's the James L. Hansen Waterfowl Production Area.
When he found out about it about a week before he passed away, he said, just put a sign out there and say, Jim's watering hole.
So the Fish and Wildlife Service did just that. A big sign with his name on the 2,700 acres next to the Big Lake Waterfowl Management Area.
He would have been very humbled to see the sign and the people that were here on Friday.
Phyllis Hansen was married to Jim for 53 years until he died in October of 2022. On Friday, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service honored him for his more than 50 years working with waterfowl, 31 of those with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. Phyllis says Jim always wanted to educate people about the birds.
He wanted them to appreciate their beauty.
His love of wildlife and especially birds really resonates, I think, with rural America. Jim is going to be their kind of guy.
Cortez Rohr is the district manager for the Charles M. Russell Wetland Management District and says Jim Hansen was instrumental in the Fish and Wildlife Service acquiring the land.
He's just an avid conservationist. He had many friends far and wide. People, I think, kind of gravitated to him. They enjoyed him. They enjoyed his stories.
Phyllis told a story about Jim's straight shooting involving what he said to golf course management that wanted a pair of geese.
Next year, when you have multiple pairs of geese and you have the problem of geese eating and the results, I'm not going to get them off of your land for you.
Rohr and his co-workers understand why Jim Hansen had a passion for waterfowl that lasted more than 5 decades.
Most folks in our line of business, we love the land and we love the intrinsic value that you get not only from harvesting wild game, but seeing the other species. It's just a way to connect.
In Stillwater County, David J., MTN News.
The Flathead watershed in northwest Montana consists of beautiful rivers, streams, creeks, and lakes. Hundreds of volunteers gathered to clean up trash around these water bodies for the annual Flathead Waters Cleanup event.
Bottom line, we're all public landowners, and this is for the public, and we all share responsibility in that.
The Flathead watershed in northwest Montana is a recreation paradise. Cleaning up trash left behind on these cherished water bodies is a way to make sure it stays that.
Let's get out, let's get those rivers and waterways clean.
More than 200 volunteers are expected to clean up trash for the annual Flathead Waters Cleanup event. Flathead Rivers Alliance, a nonprofit dedicated to safeguarding the Flathead River system, spearheads the cleanup, partnering with numerous environmental agencies around the Flathead.
Keeping our waters clean, providing opportunities for the community to give back in stewardship events is what we're all about.
Event organizer Sheena Pate says volunteers can pick a specific section of water to clean up. She says it's a great way to give back to Mother Nature.
Grab your friends, family, co-workers, come on out. It's a great opportunity. Float rivers, float lakes, walk shorelines. It's just a great way to connect with the natural resource and give back.
The cleanup event runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday with an after party at Sacred Waters Brewery in Kalispell from 4 to 8 p.m. Prizes are given out for various categories. Pate says last year's event totaled 5,000 pounds of trash cleaned up.
We'll weigh in, we'll figure out who's collected the strangest item, the heaviest item. So it's a pretty fun event. We've had anything and everything you could ever imagine.
Eben Robinson is a shop manager at Larry's Fly and Supply Fly Shop in Columbia Falls. Robinson and his coworkers wouldn't miss the chance to be part of this community-wide cleanup.
We make our livelihood on it. We really love bringing people from in the local area and all across the country or the world to see our little bit of slice of heaven. And so we take great pride in the beauty and the pristine nature of it.
Robinson hopes the next generation of outdoor enthusiasts will be inspired to keep Montana clean.
We want to, start teaching at a young age get people more involved in the stewardship of it, the conservation of it, and take ownership in it.
In Columbia Falls, Sean Wells, MTN News.
Finding light in the wake of tragedy. MTN caught up with the parents of a young boy who was killed in a school shooting in Butte 30 years ago.
It was 30 years ago when a stray bullet took the life of an 11-year-old boy who was simply waiting in line to go to class here at Margaret Leary Elementary in Butte. For the parents of Jeremy Bullock, the tragic events of that day are still too painful for them to talk about. And what's equally painful is that the specter of school shootings continue to haunt this country.
Every anniversary is terrible. It seems especially hard, though, because the school shootings keep happening.
It was April 12th, 1994, when a 10-year-old student pulled a handgun on another student and fired 3 times. Though he wasn't the intended target, Jeremy was struck by 1 bullet and died. Since that time, Jeremy's parents, Bill and Robin, have helped organize the Jeremy Bullock Safe Schools Summit to bring together each year educators, law enforcement, counselors, and others to find ways to improve safety at schools.
We really want to stress how much we need each other in order to be successful. Nobody can do it by themselves.
I mean, even if it's one life in Montana or across the country, or 10, we may not fix it all, but what we're doing is making that difference.
The Bullocks also had the soccer fields next to the Margaret Leary School named in Jeremy's honor.
Love soccer, love school, perpetual reader. He and his identical brother Joshua, and just love life.
More tragedy struck the Bullock family recently when their other son, Navy pilot Richard Max Bullock, died in a plane crash during training in 2022.
And that's been a real hard road for us. So we have them both in heaven, watching over the rest of the crew.
In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana, see how the game of flag football changed a life for the better. Stay with us.
More stories from the heart of the Treasure State are on the way when Positively Montana continues after this.
Welcome back to Positively Montana. Some say sports are life. In this case, that couldn't be more true.
This is us when we went for the 100th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So this is us at Washington, D.C.
So many memories here.
Yeah. She just really fell into a shell, a really deep shell.
I couldn't believe it because this is my little sister. I've seen her grow up. She always had a smile on her face.
I mean, a guy could you get emotional about it because you see so many kids that you don't exactly know what's going on.
Honestly, I didn't know what to do. I was in shock. I just gave her space. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle the situation. That's the first time that's ever really happened to me. As a like having family members suicidal or having those thoughts come into their minds.
Yeah, I get emotional. Every time I talk about it.
4 years ago, as COVID tipped the world upside down, the weight of its impact initiated Lauren D. Crane's downward spiral. She would shoulder one painful heartache after another. Lauren lost 4 close relatives, including 2 to COVID, and 2 of her grandparents. The last straw, losing her grandmother on the same day her Plenty-Coup basketball team won a district championship.
This is a picture of when the day she lost her grandma and the day she became a district champ.
One of the hardest days of my life, hardest games I've ever played, but also a really big day for me too because we won. I made 1 point that whole game. I just was too heartbroken.
Graduating here from Plenty-Coup High School, Lauren's 3 older brothers realized the difficulty of growing up on Montana's reservations. Along with their parents, they encouraged a transfer Lauren's freshman year to this brand new high school in Lockwood.
I felt like a new environment and a new surrounding would help build her character back up and see her smile again, you know.
Lauren agreed to transfer, but not until her junior year. Though well-intended, entering a school 5 times the size she was used to was not easy.
She was like, geez, there's so many kids there.
There was somebody in front of me, there was someone behind me, there was someone on the side of me.
She was okay. And then she started falling into her shell again.
Worn down physically and emotionally, Lauren finally felt like she'd fallen to the bottom of sadness, like so many others her age, struggling with suicidal thoughts.
I'll admit to it. I've struggled with a lot of that. It just felt like, what was like the point of being here?
Eventually, Lauren was brave enough to confide in her parents' fragile feelings often left unspoken in Native American culture.
Taking your life for one thing, that's just a forbidden topic. She told us that she didn't want to be here anymore. And that scared me. Honestly, I didn't really know what to do.
Martha and her husband Lawrence reached out with urgency to Lockwood Activities Director Mike Erickson.
We had to start getting the word out. We had to let people know that it's not about her mistakes on the court. It's more of about what's going on from 8 to 4 every day in her life when she goes to sleep, if she's wanting to be awake in the morning and things like that.
Lauren is really a tough girl. She doesn't cry much. But when she cries hard. So we know she needs it. So we're like, it's okay. Just go ahead and cry.
When her tears dried, the simplicity and joy of flag football emerged and changed everything.
You're going to kind of be the safety here. You're going to hold on and wait for, so if she can dump it off to you.
The Atlanta Falcons are funding startup programs for high school girls across Montana, where team owner Arthur Blank owns a home. Turns out the Falcons happened to be in Lockwood last summer, offering their camp.
I really enjoyed them coming out and showing all of us how to play the game properly and like spreading out that girls can do more than just what they're told.
Wavering between her comfort zone of volleyball or flag football,
nice.
Lauren was talked into lacing up cleats for Lockwood's first ever team.
You know, you could be recognized as being one of the ones to be pioneering the sport. And you got an arm, you might as well utilize it.
I can't remember what day it was, but she came out and threw the ball, and it was like a 40-yard bomb. I mean, she could throw farther than I could, so it's like...
Once flag football came, she started getting her courage, her self-esteem, and it just made her happy and felt she just belonged. It just clicked.
A lot of kids went to wrestling camp, football camp, volleyball camp. There wasn't girls flag football, so it's definitely the brand new beginning of something that this state has never seen, and we're actually a part of that, which is pretty cool. It just ended up being because of the girls flag football program that she just felt like she was needed and wanted and found her real point in life, honestly.
It took a mountain of courage for Lauren to share her vulnerability with family, teachers, and coaches, and even more to share it publicly.
I'm very thankful to see everything panned out the right way.
You know, as a coach and a teacher, to have an impact on her, it's awesome. So, and I'm proud of her, and
there you go.
It's good to see that the system's still working.
She's sharing her story for young girls and boys and teens and moms and dads to raise awareness, and for Native Americans.
I feel like it's important that we carry on our traditions onto the next generation. Keep our cultural activities, our cultural doings, our native tongue.
Sometimes we base our success on the scoreboard behind me. And although her life changed, I think my life and perspective about what my job has changed. I really feel like what flag football did to her, Lauren did to me in my career. I think in the past, I've recognized situations, but have never been sat down by family members and saying, we need help, right? It was one that I was directed to help. They were searching, and I knew I couldn't let them down. And so it became very emotional to me from that point on, and will always be dear to me, and she knows that, because I tell her that, how important this is, not only to her, but also to me.
My parents would remind me that I am needed, that I am valued and everything, so that helped a lot, and there's actually stuff worth living for.
I hope this story helps parents to recognize and don't be afraid to get help, because your child's worth it.
And an encouraging update, Scott tells us Lauren will continue her education in college, recently signing to play basketball at South Puget Sound Community College in Olympia, Washington. Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana, we'll take a look at what goes into the creation of outfits for an upcoming powwow. That's right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Positively Montana. A Butte family is hard at work creating their regalia for the annual Southwest Native Community Powwow. That powwow is coming up in September, and there's a lot that goes into these elaborate looks.
Well, you may have been to a powwow before and seen the elaborate regalia that the dancers wear, but did you know that it takes months and sometimes years to make those looks?
I've been working on outfits for my nephew and myself and my children for years now, trying to get them all prepared for the powwows.
John Bercier grew up in Butte and is a member of the Chippewa Cree tribe. He says an elder introduced him and other Native kids to powwows.
I'm honored to be Native, honored to be a part of a tribe, although my tribe isn't here, but being an urban Indian has been kind of a difficult thing in keeping our traditions alive because we're not immersed in the culture like they are on the reservations.
John works alongside his mom and 10-year-old nephew as they twist horsehair and sew beads onto buckskin. Everything they use has been repurposed, including parts of harvested animals.
The eagle bone whistle is used by the elders, usually people of prominence in the tribes. One of my kids harvested a deer, so I cut the skin off of the deer leg, and I am making armbands. I've got lots of work to go on them.
It's about like hanging out with family, seeing other people from other tribes. Like some of them come to visit, and it's really nice seeing that other people actually come to the powwow here.
John says everyone is invited to the powwow taking place in September, and he says one thing to keep in mind when you're at the powwow is to call the outfits that dancers are wearing regalia and not costumes. The event is free and features dancers from all over. In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
The bright orange bumper stickers are hard to miss. I heart Dixon Melons. And also hard to miss is the big green farm stand and a line of cars parked out front when driving through Dixon. The melon sellers open their doors, and clearly it means a lot to this community.
Many people walk around farmers markets around the state with arms full of Dixon melons. But if you come to Dixon, you're contributing to the community, and you can learn about the melons from right where they grow.
Wonderful. Sweet flavor. That's a Dixon melon.
Dixon, a small town with a lot of charm, and what some say are the Treasure State's greatest melons.
My in-laws started very small, kind of with a home garden, and decided that it was something that would be lucrative if they sold it and people would want it once they got the word out that they could grow the best melons in Montana.
Cassie married Foss Silvernail, whose parents began growing melons in the 1980s.
It's one of the only spots in Montana where we can actually do it. We have just a long enough growing season to do it, so most other places, even 10, 15 miles from here, you couldn't do it consistently.
The husband and wife team bring their melons to farmers markets all around Montana.
Everybody's like, can we come to the farm? Can we come to the farm to get melons? And we're like, no, because we have, it's just when melon season is going, it is just crazy there. We've got trucks going and forklifts and bins and everything's going everywhere.
That's why they started their shipping container farm stand with a walk-in melon cave last August and haven't looked back since then.
Everyone's excited about it and people really enjoy it, and it's fun to see. It's something that brings people together.
Not only does the melon craze bring traffic to the stand, but it brings dollars and people to Dixon.
We've got the Dixon Mercantile across the street. We've got 2 bars. This past weekend when we opened, we were like the big city.
And for 7.5-year-old Ruby Riley, the stand gives her a chance to learn about her favorite watermelons.
You get a seed, and then you get water and sunlight and soil. And then you put it in the soil and then you water it.
Stop at the farm stand or keep an eye on your local farmers market to get some of this year's crop. In Dixon, Emily Brown, MTN News.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard, and I'll see you right back here next week.